Hello, Virgo. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Virgo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading for the mid-season. Try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Virgo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And look at that high priestess, beautiful energy. Intuition is going to be strong for you right now, okay? Very important that you trust that intuition. There may be things right now that feel like they're not clear, feel like they're sort of hidden, or they're under the surface, or they're just like, you got to pay attention to that intuition, all right? Let's see what else is going on here. We're going to use our Dove and Serpent spread. We have clarity, yes. Anything that's hidden right now, anything that is mysterious will be revealed to you. Two of Pentacles. Before you make any decisions, wait for clarity, okay? We have a Six of Pentacles, an Eight of Swords. See, there is the need for clarity, right? And then we have a Knight of Wands leaping into action, a Sun card for happiness, a Star card for purpose, renewal, healing, a Seven of Wands. That really, yeah, I feel like you're done waiting. I feel like you were absolutely done waiting and you're leaping forward. Two of Wands, yes. Heck yes. The Two of Wands here is like strength and power, and it's like Mars and Aries. It's like you're not taking no for an answer. You're not waiting anymore. You're taking control. You're being bold. You're planting your flag. You're planting your feet firmly on the ground. You couldn't see it, but I did. And you're moving forward. You're saying, I'm done waiting. I'm doing it, right? So this is really, really powerful stuff. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it right over here with Tiny Bob Ross right on top. Happy little Bob. We're not going to look at that happy little card until the very end of the reading. It will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card might be, put your prediction in the comments below the video. All right. Now let's look around the room, and we'll notice we have 1, 2, 3 majors. We've got fire, fire, fire. We don't have any water here, right? And the water is kind of like waiting, passive, just kind of going with the flow, seeing what happens. No, I think you're making things happen now. Okay, but we do have healing and renewal and inspiration here, so that's a really good energy. We've got our air cards, of course, because there's something that is uncertain. There's some kind of maybe a fog or confusion. There's some overthinking, or maybe there's too much analysis, and we need to cut through that analysis, and we just need to act, okay? We're done waiting. And of course, we have our earth cards, too. So I feel like it's a pretty... it's balanced otherwise, except for the lack of water energy. But I think that's kind of showing that, like, you're not waiting anymore. You're done with the waiting. You got the High Priestess. Make sure that you, at this time in your life, that you schedule some time for solitude, for quiet time daily, right? So you can listen to that intuition. Find the calm moment where you can really, like, don't let your emotions get too fiery right now, or your thoughts get too busy where you can't hear that voice of your intuition. Right now, write down your dreams. Any dreams, even like repeating thoughts, write those thoughts down. They're clues, okay? Write down any repeating numbers, repeating phrases, any images or symbols that keep repeating to you. I kept seeing, what was it? I kept seeing a crow the other day. That was very meaningful to you. Then there was something I forgot now, something that was in the reading here that then kept repeating. I don't know if it was the rabbit. It's when I do the spirit animal cards. But I kept seeing that spirit animal throughout the day. I can't remember what it was now. It was last week. But write those things down. If I checked my journal, I'd remember. But they're clues, okay? I think right now, some of you might be feeling a little uncertain. So there's this need for clarity. Delay that major decision. Delay that step forward, that leap forward. Don't act impulsively until you get clarity. And once you do, that's it. Like then you're off to the races, okay? So we need that clarity first. So right now it's a good time for you to kind of observe, you know? And even if this has to do with another person, don't do anything, don't say anything, just watch. They may be saying a lot of things to you, and your mind may be processing everything that they're telling you, but you know what? Their mouths are saying one thing, their feet might be doing something else. The feet don't lie. The mouth lies, the feet don't lie. So observe what other people are doing. If this is about a person or some situation you're in, don't say anything, don't do anything, just watch. You'll get the insight that you need. I feel like you're a good people watcher, you know? And that's the vibe right now. Insight's gonna come, that intuition's gonna come, that clarity will come as you observe what the other party might be up to. Protect your privacy at the same time. Not everybody deserves to know what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you're doing, what your plans are, okay? Meditate, stretch, get some rest. I feel like you're gearing up for some really intense activity. Trust your gut, okay? Trust the intuition, trust the clarity when it arrives. Don't overthink it. You got the Eight of Swords looming above you, which is this tendency to overthink, a tendency to question too much your intuition. Your intuition is telling you one thing, to make a decision, to leap forward in a certain way, to take power, control, that inspired action. But your mind is saying, well, maybe, I don't, should I don't, We're overthinking it. Let's not do that, okay? So that's gonna be the big risk. You wanna, of course, wait until you receive the clarity, the insight. And then you want to leap forward with no holds barred, all right? Nothing holding you back here. We don't want to overthink it. We don't want to get stuck in that. Ace of Swords is coming next. This is truth. This is confident communication. When you have achieved clarity, you're going to speak your truth. You're going to be confident in what this is the antenna on the top of your head. You're receiving the clarity that you need, and it's beyond the shadow of a doubt. So then you're gonna start the new thing, whether it's a new plan, a new project, or having that conversation. Then you're gonna leap forward. Okay, cut through the confusion right now by, again, writing down your dreams, writing down your repeating thoughts and symbols, and journaling this whole thing through. It's kind of, I see you kind of sitting there observing life and just writing things down, almost like you're, I don't know, like a detective or something, right? A newspaper reporter. And you're just observing and you're taking notes, okay? Until that clarity comes, until you have that aha moment. And it's gonna be like certain, it's gonna be beyond the shadow of a doubt, okay? Avoid gossip, avoid, unnecessary speech. Keep your communication clean and direct. You're seeking facts, you're seeking clarity, you're not trying to react emotionally. Another reason why there's no water or cup cards here. Don't react emotionally. Don't react impulsively. Wait for clarity. Once you get clarity, then you're pushing ahead with all of your might, okay? You're gonna use that intuition and that sort of, that logic, I guess, rather than your emotions to solve whatever problem is on your plate right now. Clarity is gonna be your strongest weapon anyway, yeah? And the Two of Pentacles that we see beneath the surface, this is the need for a choice, or the need for a need for a decision to be made, okay? For the Two of Pentacles, I feel like a lot of you are kind of feeling like you're juggling a lot of tasks, okay? You might feel like there's a lot of plates that you're trying to keep a lot of things spinning, okay? You're staying balanced. You're staying adaptable. You're staying flexible. This is a card of prioritizing and even delegating, Okay? Not everything needs your top energy. I feel like your Knight of Wands here is leaping into something new. And it's kind of like, well, maybe we got to juggle some other things or shift some other things around. For some of you, this might be a financial situation that we're talking about here. You might be moving resources or moving money from one place to another, where they're going to work the best for you. Okay? Avoid burning yourself out right now, making sure that you're scheduling rest, scheduling that quiet time for the intuition as well, right? Between responsibilities, you're taking time to sort of pause and have that silence or that quietude and that stillness, okay? You're keeping your plans to yourself, kind of, and you're keeping them simple. Yeah. I think all the while you still have kind of a playful attitude. You know, I feel like you're under a lot of pressure right now in your life, but you're maintaining a really positive attitude. And you're understanding that, yeah, you have a tendency to overthink things. And as long as that's there, as long as the Eight of Swords is up here, you're aware of it. And as long as you're aware of it, you don't have to fall into that trap of overthinking. Okay? So there might be right now, as you're sort of trying to gain clarity, there's just kind of like this minor adjustments being made instead of this big drastic change. I kind of wonder if this card is saying that, look, inside of you, there is this need for a drastic change. And it may be what your intuition is telling you, and I don't want to tell you what your intuition is telling you. But it kind of looks by these cards here and the energy that I'm feeling is that maybe some of you have tried little things. You've tried the little minor adjustments, you know, and maybe they haven't worked. And maybe this overthinking, this rumination is just kind of stuck on these little small things that we are tinkering with. When what the energy really calls for right now, what the situation really calls for, is the drastic change. Is the big, bold leap forward and that really strong push. You know, fortune favors the brave here. Maybe this overthinking is saying that we've been too focused on those little tiny details and shifting things ever so slightly, so you can't even see it. I'm moving the card, you barely see it. Instead of just like a big, huge move. Okay? And maybe, you know, the cards are suggesting that, yeah, some of you have already done too many of the little things. I've tried all the little gentle things. It's time for big moves now, okay? And for some of you, maybe it's like, let's try the little things first. Let's try the little adjustments, okay? Let's try to juggle everything. Let's see if we can maintain our balance here with everything that's going on before we make any big decisions. Okay? I think that's kind of what this card is saying. Let's try the little things first. And if they don't work, we try some bigger things. Okay? Sometimes just this little dance, we could do the little dance, that's going to be enough. Sometimes we need big, forceful moves. Yeah? And I feel like this, you know, that's kind of where the energy is headed, toward that big, drastic change. But first, try the little things. Okay. Now we have a Six of Pentacles behind you. This is a good time to give and receive help, you know. Generosity here is going to help to sort of build community. And I wonder if there is sort of I don't know, for some of you there might be an imbalance. This is very harmonious, right? It's a very beautiful, harmonious round table. Everybody's contributing. Everybody's pulling their weight. Everybody's pitching in. Okay, everybody's helping everybody. We're sharing resources. And maybe there's kind of something now that it's just like it's either that's not working anymore, or there's some element of that is not as harmonious as you think it is. For some of you, I feel like someone owes you money. Okay? For others, maybe you're owing somebody money. Okay, this is kind of a card that says, well, we pay our debts, we return favors. Maybe there's someone in your life that's always asking for favors and never actually returns them. Okay, this is a good card for supporting someone that supports us. Yeah, returning the favor kind of thing. So where's that not quite working out for you? Okay? Where does that dynamic need to change for you? Okay? This is also a card that's saying we're trying to balance our spending and our savings. You know, we're trying to balance the budget. Money going out, money coming in. And maybe the Two of Pentacles is saying, I've tried these little adjustments. Maybe the Knight of Wands is saying we need some big changes now. Maybe we've got to overhaul the entire budget, you know. How do we express gratitude for the abundance that's flowing in our lives? How do we use our influence to help other people and uplift other people? Kindness, cooperation, teamwork multiplies prosperity. Why is this in the background, though? That's what I want to know. Why is this in the past? Okay. It could be that there is now a shift, a dynamic shift in what was once a very harmonious group of people. This could be at work, at home, at school, could be at the job, could be whatever, friend group. But this is harmony. This is everybody's working together, everybody's pitching in. It may be that right now there's something that's not quite flowing as harmoniously as it should, okay? But now the Eight of Swords, that overthinking, ruminating energy. Stop overthinking. It's a mental trap that makes you feel like you can't do anything. This is kind of the helpless card. That I'm thinking about it so much, I just don't know what to do. So we don't do anything. Write down the problem. Write down what you're afraid of. Write down the repeating thoughts and the ruminations so that you can see them clearly. Okay? It's like what we talked about. Maybe even ask for help or ask for perspective. Get somebody else to come in and kind of put their eyes on it. Tell me what you see, you know. Maybe even try the Two of Pentacles method first. Try changing just a couple of little things and see if we can create some momentum here. See if we can create some flow, some harmony. Can we do a little something different that's going to make things flow a little bit easier? Okay. Free yourself from limiting self-talk. Clarity right now is going to come through actions, not analysis. Okay, so action is needed. And maybe the Knight of Wands is saying that, look, if we adjust a couple of these small things, we change our habits, change our routines a little bit, we get out of the overthinking, rumination loop, the energy here is flowing again. And then you're unstoppable, okay? So it may not be about another person necessarily, right? And it may not be about any kind of drastic changes. The drastic change may be what was stuck is now flowing forward, just blazing fast speed. Okay, it's kind of like when your internet's not working. You got too many things running, too many tabs open or something, like too many programs that are like pulling your internet bandwidth, right? You got to close down all the other programs, and then your internet can be fast again, you know? Too many things drawing your attention at the same time. That might be the Eight of Swords as well, that we're having trouble making any sort of forward progress because we're just so caught up in all these little things. The juggling of everything is just too much. Maybe we need to simplify. Okay. And the Knight of Wands is saying maybe we need to go after what really excites us. Boldly forward, but with awareness. Wait for clarity and then rush forward as fast as you can, you know. Don't be impulsive, though. Wait for that clarity. Wait for that intuition. And this might be that you've been trying to sort of kickstart your own passion, kickstart your own creativity. It could be that there's been a creative blockage, okay? And maybe, you know, we've been doing the little things, making these little tiny adjustments. The clarity is going to come, and then you're going to be just rushing forward, blazing fast, okay? Your passion here being channeled into focused action. This might be a good card for traveling, moving, or just a change of scenery in order to refresh your inspiration. Take the initiative. with this card. Drastic changes, maybe where other people are hesitating or where you perhaps were hesitating. Maybe we need to make that big, bold move. Also, of course, as we've been talking about, balancing rest with momentum. Balancing your energy to prevent burnout. Okay. Share your enthusiasm. It is contagious right now. Momentum is picking up with this card. What we have with the Two of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords is hesitation. Maybe you've been hesitating about a big change. The Two of Pentacles is literally called change, harmonious change. Okay? And I think that you've been hesitating on the verge or the cusp of a big change in your life. And once that clarity arrives, you're going to be off to the races. Okay? That momentum is going to overcome the hesitation. You're going to achieve escape velocity, as they say. All right. So very good here. Now you have a Sun card as well. Now as we're transitioning to the path of the Serpent, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. Okay? The readings are totally free. They don't cost anything. All right, Virgo. And hit the like button as well. It really helps to push this video out to everybody that needs to see it. Yeah. Sun card here. And this is celebration. This is, feeling very energized, feeling very confident now about this momentum. And I think part of your journey here is going to require that you make some time for joy. How are you practicing your happiness? Do something just for fun. Okay? Spend time outside, get some sunlight, basically, right? Lift your mood. This is a card also of clarity. And it may be that some of you need to go spend time in nature alone in order to tap into that intuition again. Okay? Some kind of natural light to help lift us up. Smile more. Okay? Changes your energy. It attracts the right kind of people into your life. Be very generous with your compliments. Be sincere, okay, but be positive. That positivity is going to come back to you very quickly. Okay? Simplify tasks. Simplify tasks. The Eight of Swords is too complicated. The Ace of Swords is simple. The Sun card is simple, radiant joy. Okay? Happiness is a practice. Letting your light shine is a practice. It's not a reward. It's not just kind of a gift. It's something you got to work toward. Okay? So again, it may be sort of signifying that you've been sort of dimming your shine. You've been hiding your light a little bit. You are the Hermit card after all, Virgo, right? I feel like you're done waiting. I feel like now this is you stepping out into the open and being seen. Being seen. And I like that. You got a Star card here too. And the Star card is healing, it's rest, it's kind of like it's pursuing the dream, it's inspiration. Focus on self-care a little bit too. Okay, make sure that you're getting enough rest, make sure you're hydrating. Set goals. Okay? Set big goals. Set inspired goals. The star to me is like a distant star. It's like just a point of light way out there in the night sky. Pick a star and say, I'm shooting for that star. That's my goal. And you're done waiting. You're not hesitating. You're not overthinking it. You're doing it. You're taking that big, bold leap toward your star, toward your destiny. Okay, you got to set the big goal. And you got to trust. Okay, you got to trust in that. I think there's an opportunity for you to share this with someone else. Okay, even just just other people generally. Just share, and this is maybe now time for you to share. Remember we said with the High Priestess that you need to keep some of your plans to yourself. I think that it's true. Until you get the clarity, until we stop hesitating, until we have some sort of certainty, And then we leap into action, and then like the sun, everybody can see you. Now there's no need to share. Now you can, or no need to hide. Now you can share your energy with others. You can share your plans. You can share your inspiration. Now it can be just, now you can express yourself freely. And maybe that's part of the star card too. Art, music. How do you let yourself really shine here? Okay? Spend time outside, under the open sky. Look at the stars, right? Fresh air is going to help to inspire you and reset your nervous system. Believe in your future again. You are turning a corner. Optimism, practicing happiness, having that big goal and not hesitating to go toward it. That's going to be the medicine for you right now. Okay? The star card is basically you opening up to the flow of this spiritual energy and letting it, not hesitating, not keeping it blocked up, not resisting it, but letting it flow through you. Momentum is picking up here. Okay? Rather than this overanalysis paralysis. We're going after it. We're getting after it. Okay? And we also have a 7 of Wands, so I think this is a good time for you to decide what you believe in and stand your ground. Okay? Don't let self-doubt push you off your path. Don't let rumination or analysis or overthinking take away your momentum. Protect your boundaries. You don't have to explain everything to anybody. Use your confidence as armor. Focus on solutions, not arguments. We're not trying to argue here. We're standing up for what we believe in. We're pushing forward. We are fighting. We're going forward boldly. Okay? Focus on solutions. Speak your truth. But then, let your actions sort of, speak for themselves. The results, your behaviors will do the talking. Again, like we said with the High Priestess, other people are going to talk a lot. Watch their feet, because their feet won't lie. You are the opposite. You don't do a lot of talking. And your feet are showing what you really value, what you care about, and they're showing your strength. Your behaviors, your results, your actions are going to speak for themselves. This is a card of courage. You're holding your space with a calm strength. You're standing your ground. You're fighting for what you believe in. You're striving toward that big goal. Okay? Now we got a 2 of Wands to finish things up. And this is sort of like planning your next move in a way. You're not just trying to drift forward. Everything is very intentional with you right now. You're looking at the bigger picture. Where do you want to be in 6 months from now? Where do you want to be next week? Where do you want to be by the end of the season, Virgo? You're researching options, perhaps. You're committing to your path. You're seeking clarity. And then once you have clarity, you are stomping forward. Every step is you stomping forward. Okay? Maybe you're reaching out to somebody that you could collaborate with. Okay? That could be part of it. But don't spread your energy too thin. Focus your fire. Maybe again with the 8 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, maybe you've been trying to do too many things at once. We feel kind of scattered. We just feel kind of like, there's no direction. There's no real heat. There's no real passion. Now there is. Now there is. You're taking concrete steps toward long-term stability, this big goal that you have. Okay? I think that your intuition right now is turning your passion into progress. And you're stomping forward. You're done waiting. Let's look at the mystery card. Empress energy, perhaps. Emperor energy, perhaps. Those cards aren't gender specific. Okay? It's all about the energy. I kind of feel more of an emperor here than an empress. I kind of feel like we need more pentacles, right? If you have a prediction, please put it in the comments. Let's see what we have. We have a King of Swords. I like that because it's a fixed air energy. It's saying, I believe in my goal. My mind is sharp. My mind is centered and focused, and nothing is going to distract me. Nothing is going to complicate this. It's a simple goal. It's a simple, like, destination, you know? So it's kind of like we're not overthinking. We have clarity, and we're sticking with the clarity, you know? So to me, this card is, we're thinking strategically, okay? We are making good decisions. We're staying clear, staying focused. You're communicating clearly and with authority. You're not talking as much as everybody else. You're offering advice and all this stuff when you're asked for it, but you know, your silence is very powerful. You don't have this need to overdo, you know, the jaw there, you know. You're planning long term. Okay. And I think there's also a little bit of that emotional detachment. Again, we don't have any water energy. This is air on air, double air. So it's kind of like the emotions are staying out of it right now. You know? You're making big choices, big, bold moves, big, stomping energy. Don't need to get emotional about it. Don't need to get mad, really. You're not upset. You're confident and you're bold. Yeah. I think you're leading others in a very strong way, but also calm. Kind of a calm, assertive energy, little César Milan, you know. And I think that you have composure. And I think that clarity and that composure really make you unstoppable. This is somebody that is fixed, right, in their belief. Nothing is going to throw you off balance. Nothing can disturb you right now. And you know, I think once we get this energy flowing, then it's just a matter, because, you know, it's all about the mind. We need the clarity, the mental clarity, and then our energy can run forward, stomping the whole way to the star. And we have to keep the mind clear in order to allow this fire energy to continue flowing through us. And that's what you're doing. And I think this is absolutely beautiful energy. We're going to do an extended reading. Click on the join button right there. We'll do an I Ching hexagram. We'll do oracle cards. We'll clarify love and money. And we'll do the yes/no coin. All right? Virgo, I thank you. I love you. And we are all in this together.